Welcome everyone to the Red Bull Ring. We're here for the Austrian Grand Prix in 2022. It's 22 degrees, in Spielberg today, and it looks like a sunny day, looking for a fine, sunny, dry race. We got a 4.3 kilometer circuit here with 10 turns, 3 DRS zones. It's a very fast track. I think this has got the least turns on the calendar. So I believe I'm just going to hand it over to Jack Marshall now for the grid.
Thank you, Sam. We had an amazing qualifying yesterday on Saturday afternoon. Charles Leclerc taking pole position with Carlos Sainz P2. That was a great lock out of the front row for the Ferraris. 1:15 for Charles Leclerc. That was a stonking lap. George Russell P3 with Perez P4. Hamilton and then Norris going all the way up to P6, beating Verstappen, who's now P7, best of the rest. Alonso, Ocon behind him with Ricciardo in 10th. We've got Williams of Kevin King in P11, Gasly, Bottas and Magnussen behind him. Mick Schumacher and Sebastian Vettel, the two Germans, Stroll and Zhou Guanyu in 17 and 18, rounding off the grid with Albon and Yuki Tsunoda in P20.
Yeah, it's not a great qualifying from Verstappen today. You know, seeing his form in the past all season long, he's got a 30 or something, about a 30-point lead in the championship. Not a great qualifying.
Yes, I mean, this is amazing for Perez. Even though he is 4th, that is 3 places ahead of his teammate, which is a lot of points in this championship when it's so close.
Yeah, and it's also incredible for Charles Leclerc, only 1 point behind Sergio Perez, and he's starting on pole. So, and showing that it's a Ferrari one too, showing that Ferrari is coming back, they have the pace, and Charles Leclerc might be able to win this one, which would be very good for his championship hopes. Might be able to close that gap to Max Verstappen, where Max might just only make a few points up, and Charles Leclerc could get another 25 points on him.
Yes, I mean, it is so close between Charles Leclerc and Perez, only 1 point between them, so Charles Leclerc will really be wanting those points. Those are necessary to secure that P2 for him. And Ferrari and Mercedes are also so close in the championship.
Yeah, so I believe we are going to go now to the 5 red lights as we wait for it to start. Here we go. It's the 5 red lights for the Austrian Grand Prix in 2022. It's lights out and away we go. Charles Leclerc gets a good start. Carlos Sainz coming over to cover him. And George Russell already on the tail of Charles Leclerc. And Carlos Sainz going down the inside, but Charles Leclerc is going to stay just ahead of him. There's not many changes. Max Verstappen made up a place on Lando, Norris, Perez, and Russell squabbling for position as they head through turn 2 now towards turn 3. Charles Leclerc staying out in front.
Yes, I mean, that is great for Ferrari staying ahead. Also for the Red Bulls, both jumping in position. Perez jumping Russell, Max Verstappen jumping Lando and Norris to get into P3 and P6 respectively.
Yeah, it's great position gaining there, and we're just focusing now on Charles Leclerc, who's continuing to lead this race and building a bit more of a gap to Carlos Sainz. He's already 5 tenths ahead, and Sergio Perez now jumping up into, was he in P3 or did he start P4? I can't actually remember.
Sergio Perez started P4 jumping George Russell. I mean, that was great from Sergio Perez, but he'll now have to think about going ahead. His main rival in the championship fight right now is Leclerc, so Perez will be really wanting to chase him. He's currently just over a second behind, but he is within a second of Carlos Sainz, who's in P2.
Yes, and I just want to talk about Kevin King, P11 to P9. He's in the points in a Williams. He's in great qualifying from him, and I believe it was a weak qualifying yesterday. So that's great qualifying from Kevin King in arguably the slowest car on the grid.
Yes, and here we see a 3-way battle between Daniel Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly and Fernando Alonso. They go 3 wide into turn 3. Daniel Ricciardo getting a bit ahead, but there's still a scrap between Yuki Tsunoda and Fernando Alonso. Who will stay ahead? It seems like Fernando Alonso trying to make a move. They go 3-1 to the next corner, but Daniel Ricciardo stays ahead. Yuki Tsunoda on the outside of Fernando Alonso, but Fernando Alonso gets a better exit on Yuki Tsunoda. That is amazing from Fernando Alonso, but Yuki Tsunoda is going again on his inside. That is amazing. Oh, that is great from Yuki Tsunoda getting ahead, but Daniel Ricciardo getting 2 places.
Yeah, I think that may have been Pierre Gasly, but it's a great move from
Pierre Gasly. I apologize to Pierre Gasly.
It's all good, but I think it's great moves from Pierre Gasly, and we're now focusing on Carlos Sainz, who's falling away from Charles Leclerc a bit.
Yes, I mean, Carlos Sainz is still within the 1 second, but he is definitely dropping back. He does not need this. He needs to get within the DRS range. Just keep with his teammate.
Yeah, I think Ferrari's going to want to ask Charles Leclerc just to hold back just a little bit, just to keep Sainz in the tow. But as we're saying that, Perez is right on the cusp of falling outside that 1 second gap, and the crucial point where DRS has been enabled this lap. So, you know, he's going to try and stay within that 1 second, but if Ferrari keeps pulling away, that's going to be a problem for Sergio Perez.
It certainly will. Here we see Kevin King and Daniel Ricciardo fighting. Daniel Ricciardo's on the outside of Kevin King. Kevin King is on the inside now, going to be at the outside, and Daniel Ricciardo gets a better exit and manages to stay ahead. That is some damage for Alex Albon.
For Alex Albon, his front wing is gone. You know, I don't fully know what may have happened. He may have had some contact with Lance Stroll or Yuki Tsunoda, but yeah, he's got a box now, and that's going to ruin his race.
Yes, that is not good for Williams at all. Albon is pitting, replace front wing, and in a sprint race like this, that is race killing, really. Yeah,
he's going to start from the back of the grid now, and that's a warning for. Or it might have been Daniel Ricciardo getting track limits, or it might have been him telling someone else about track limits.
I think that's probably Daniel Ricciardo on track limits. His battle with Kevin King, he did go a bit wide there, and I feel like Kevin King would definitely have gone on the radio and told his team about it to talk to the FIA. We are watching Daniel Ricciardo followed by Kevin King. Kevin King is 0.5 behind in DRS range, so he'll be wanting to get that place back. He did hold 9th before, but was overtaken by Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah, and that's still Kevin King staying in the points. It's incredible from him, you know, staying in the points in the Williams, and he's now having a fight with Fernando Alonso, as I've just said that. Commentator's curse strikes again. He's been pushed out the points, but he's going to try and fight back. Good move from Kevin King, just getting diving down the inside of Fernando Alonso and just trying to keep that position. And Fernando Alonso is now being swarmed by 1, 2, 3 cars. Sebastian Vettel, Pierre Gasly, and Kevin Magnussen, and now all the back markers and everyone else is now joining the party. There's a bit of a train forming behind Fernando Alonso now.
Yes, this is an epic scrap. We see Pierre Gasly trying to get past Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso holding on, but can he hold on for long? There were so many people trying to take advantage of Fernando Alonso's loss to his place to Kevin King, trying to scrap for the 11th place to get into 10th and maybe get a point. Oh, sorry, not get a point in the sprint because it's only top 8 who get points. They'll still be trying to get qualifying positions for the race tomorrow.
Yes, I did forget about that. I was getting all hyped up about Kevin King being in the points, but it's just a sprint race. So
yes.
Even so, that's great starting position for Kevin King. Puts him in a position to score some points for the race tomorrow.
It certainly does. Make sure to vote for Driver of the Day in this sprint race. You can go vote down in the comments below. And here we see Fernando Alonso followed close by Pierre Gasly. It's only 1 lap left in this sprint race. Each position is crucial for the race tomorrow. And I mean, each driver will be hungry to try and get ahead on the grid.
Yeah, and as we're just saying, vote for Driver of the Day. Make sure once you go down there, you just hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, the like button, and yeah, leave your comment for who you think should be Driver of the Day today. And we're now focusing on Charles Leclerc. He's led this race start to finish, and he's just been commanding this race. Carlos Sainz just tucking in just behind him, but what a race from Charles Leclerc. He's just rounding the final few corners. Sergio Perez coming third. Both Leclerc and Perez going to be gaining some points on Max Verstappen in the championship, but he's going to round the final few corners, and Charles Leclerc has coped brilliantly today against his teammate, and he wins the Austria sprint. Carlos Sainz second, and Perez rounds off the podium.
That is amazing from both Ferraris. Charles Leclerc got an absolutely astounding lead, and Carlos Sainz managed to stick with him the entire way. That is great from the Scarlet Ferraris.
You've done a good job.
Yeah, we are quick. We just need to stay calm in the first part of the race and not fight.
Copy.
So that's incredible race from Charles Leclerc, and oh yeah, we're looking at Alex Albon. This will be what is where his front wing went. So yeah, just got all crossed up on the brakes, went right into the back of Lance Stroll. Just yeah, that's a bit unfortunate for Alex Albon.
That is unfortunate. He will be starting from P20 on the grid tomorrow, which is not looking good for his race prospects, but it'll wait to see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, and I think what a great race from Charles Leclerc today. He commanded it all race long, kept the lead, start to finish, and just incredible consistency and incredible control from Charles Leclerc there.
Yes, and here we're about to go to the classifications where Ferrari are jumping a bit on the Red Bulls. They have gotten some good points, 15 points in total on the Red Bulls, 9 from the sprint race, and that will jump them 6 points ahead, which is closer in the championship, even though the Red Bulls are farther ahead. Charles Leclerc, then Carlos Sainz, Sergio Perez, 1, 2, and 3 for the race. George Russell, Hamilton, Verstappen, Norris, Ocon, Ricciardo, and Kevin King in number 10. That is the qualifying for the next grid at the end of this sprint race, and that is just amazing from the Ferraris. Here we see the driver standings. As a result, Charles Leclerc has jumped Perez. Perez was ahead 1 point, but now Leclerc is just ahead of him, Russell, Sainz, and Hamilton, Norris, Alonso, Ocon, and then Kevin Magnussen in the Haas.
Charles Leclerc just chipping away at that lead of Max Verstappen. We might have a title fight on sometime later in the season, but we're now seeing Red Bull Racing still leading the championship, but that lead has dwindled a bit. Ferrari breaking the 200-point barrier and now just 66 points behind Red Bull Racing now. But if you enjoyed this video, again, remember to hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, and we will see you next time.